Actually was going to turn this into a live video, but I make another live video coming up this weekend. But we back, Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Definitely appreciate all the love that we getting out here. Continue to share the video, subscribe, like, hit the bell icon so you know exactly, right next to the subscribe button, so you know exactly when we upload a video if you're interested in that. But there's some interesting things going out here. Dwayne Casey, he got fired from Toronto. Him and the GM got into it in game 3, and he belittled Casey in the locker room, for what I heard. And the writing was already on the wall with that, which we'll elaborate on that a little bit more in this video. Becky Hammon is being pushed as one of the most intriguing head coaching candidates out there for the Pistons by Detroit News, which I'll link the article in the description, which is under a lot of fire and a lot of displeasure with some of the local sports fans over breaking that story about Matt Patricia having a sexual assault charge dropped 22 years ago and bringing it back up and making, something out of nothing. That was 22 years ago. So a lot of people pissed off with Detroit News. If you choose to boycott the Detroit News, I can't be mad at you, because what they did was foul. It was beneath the belt line, and that's not what we need in Detroit. We need you guys to be on top of stories like Stan Van Gundy getting fired and not having writers from ESPN report that. Report real journalist things, man. But when you desperate for ratings and ESPN and Fox are able to come in your town and get news that's right next door to you, of course you gotta jump into any other story just to get numbers. So I'm just my displeasure is with the Detroit News. It's crazy, but start off with this Becky Hammon thing. No, and guess what? No, not with the Pistons, man. I don't have nothing against Becky Hammon being the one woman. I'm with gender equality all day. I live with 2 women, my girlfriend and my daughter. Tell her she can do anything she want to do on a daily basis. And I really believe that. I'm not just saying that, but no, and no. The Pistons do not need to be innovators in this situation they're in. And not only just no from the Pistons standpoint in this situation, but no from Becky Hammon's standpoint. She needs to be in the more promising in a light at the end of a tunnel situation. The Pistons' a job right now, I want young and innovative, and that's what Becky Hammon would be. But no, it's too much right now. Unless you tell me you're gonna tear this roster down and you're gonna build it from the ground up, and you want her to grow with the roster. But we don't need to be the innovators in this situation. We don't have a track record for keeping coaches, and I don't want to be the city that's known for tarnishing Becky Hammon's career before it even gets started. This has been a toxic job for quite some time, through Mo Cheeks, through Lawrence Frank, the other guy, I forget his name, Custer, John Custer, what was that guy's name? It's been a ton of coaches that came in here and ain't got right. There's no stability in this organization right now, and we already got a circus clown for an owner, most people think, and she would bring the circus to town as the head coaching, or her being a woman and being innovative. We don't need that. We need stability, and we need young and innovative too, but this ain't the situation for her. I like to see her in a more thriving situation, taking over for Popovich, or going somewhere else where it might be a little bit more stability in the organization where they know what they want to do. Tom Gores don't know what he want to do. The hiring process, he's probably going to ask the NBA for assistance with that, because his basketball knowledge, the sports knowledge, is next to a trash can. That's nothing. Is minimum as a 6-month-year-old, not even a 1-year-old. He don't know nothing. So you want to put her in a position where an owner that don't know nothing, that's toxic. That's like putting bleach and ammonia in the same bucket. You know what happened when that happened. It was instant death. So that's just my standpoint on that. David Griffin from the Cavaliers, a couple years ago, he got let go, and they hired a new young guy that put together that trade for George Hill and Rodney Hood and whoever else is on the Cavaliers they traded for. He's probably one of the most proven guys out there as far as, prominent GMs You know, but I believe he was the GM when they had 3 straight number 1 picks. Or something like that. He took Anthony Bennett. You know, he took Andrew Wiggins and traded him for Kevin Love. And obviously took Kyrie. I think he drafted Deion Waiters. A lot of them draft picks didn't work for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Deion Waiters didn't blossom until he left OKC and went to Miami and got a new contract, was injured this year. Andrew Wiggins. I mean, even though he didn't play for the Cavaliers, he hasn't developed into nothing. Anthony, what is it, Peterson? I can't remember that guy's name. The dude from Canada. They drafted number 1 overall and shocked everybody. He was with I traded to T Wolves and then they released him. I can't remember his name. But he was perhaps one of the worst number 1 overall picks ever. And David Blatt picked him. I can't remember who he picked him over, but he sure did pick him. So if you want somebody that can identify talent and draft good talent, David Blatt ain't your man. His track record showed that he don't know talent for real. Kyrie was a no-brainer when he came out. We can hit on no-brainers unless it's Darko, Melo, Bosh, and Wade, but you get my drift. So, I mean, you know, you have to sit him down and say, do you learn from your mistakes? What are you going to do different to draft better? I mean, we know you got LeBron to come back there and they saved your bacon and that was the highlight of your career, but still. You won a championship with the Cavs, but was it, you know, LeBron or was it you? And it mostly was LeBron because before LeBron came back, he ain't had none. He hired David Blatt for God's sakes. So his personnel decisions is iffy at best. And, you know, did he learn from it? And if he's such a hot commodity, you know, why is he still sitting out here for us to take? Like I said, I really like Chauncey Billups and putting Brent Barry in a role or possibly putting, Larry Brown to assist Chauncey Billups with Brent Barry and some more veterans or adding David Griffin and splitting power between, you know, him and Chauncey, see if him and Chauncey can coexist and make day-to-day basketball operation moves and make draft personnel decisions. Together, they can grow together and be a nice 1-2 punch. And maybe they can balance out. Maybe Chauncey Billups, you sit down, could be a better evaluator of talent. Because he was working out with Kawhi Leonard before he got drafted to the Indiana Pacers and eventually got traded to the San Antonio Spurs. So he was helping Kawhi with the jumper and stuff like that. And he had a really, really good IQ. And as far as that, if you compare them together, put Brent Barry and maybe another veteran in that front office, and then maybe they can sit down and make a coaching pick that they like. If not, I'm just in favor of Chauncey. I heard people throw out Isaiah Thomas in there. He just had a horrible run with the Knicks, which is like the Bermuda Triangle of the NBA, and we trending to be up there with him with Tom Gores and spearheading our organization. But I don't know, man. I don't know with him. Only way I let him in this organization is to assist somebody young. You know, assist Brent Barry, assist Chauncey Billups, assist somebody like that. You know, his picks wasn't that bad with New York, and he can evaluate talent, but still, he just got too much baggage that you don't want to bring that dark cloud over your organization. And we know Bill Laimbeer, he's been more of a coach than a personnel guy. But if you want to woo guys to the NBA, he's not a likable guy, and this is the reason why he hasn't got a job in the NBA. A lot of people don't like him because of the way he played and how physical and how many feathers he's ruffled over the years in the NBA. He burned a lot of bridges defending Isaiah Thomas and being a bad boy. You know, but, you know, David Griffin, he is in consideration. I wouldn't be mad if the Lions, if the Pistons hire him. I just don't like his personnel track record, and maybe he learned from his mistakes. You know, a lot of NBA people tend to like him, you know. But then you go to Dwayne Casey. He just got fired today. Obviously, you want to hire that GM first. But Dwayne Casey was a hell of a coach, and I think he got the raw end of the stick, man. Because it ain't nothing. The Toronto Raptors was petrified of LeBron James. You know, that's what it was. Every time they see LeBron, it's either Kyle Lowry wasn't hooping or DeMar DeRozan wasn't hooping. That team is vastly overrated. It's very indicative as a regular season front runner. Because the Eastern Conference was historically bad and they had enough talent to beat the bad teams. But if you see when they played Golden State this year, they came up short. You see when they play the good teams, they not exist. Kyle Lowry, when they play the Spurs, he doesn't show up. Dwayne Casey overachieved with that team. And that GM, he's going to figure that out. There's nobody in there over there that's gonna work any magic, black magic, holy magic, holy water with the Toronto Raptors and the mentality of that team. It ain't nothing that somebody can come in and change in there. Even the general of the Army, Marines, or whoever the top major it is, they're not gonna change that mentality. That team is physically shot. He brings in the Serge Ibaka, who ain't never done nothing in the NBA for the most part. Jonas Valanciunas, he's iffy at best. DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry is iffy at best. They good regular season, but when it come down to crunch time, they nowhere to be found. So I believe Dwayne Casey got the bad end of the stick, man. So I think he's probably, if you want a veteran coach, they got experience and got X's and O's, he should be on top of the Pistons wish list. Like I said, I want young and innovative, but if you got an opportunity to get a coach that knows how to develop a team and develop young stars, and it wasn't his fault because they lost because they just didn't have the toughness. It ain't nothing that he can put into that team. It's the personnel that was given to him. Valanciunas soft as jello, melting on a hot day. Ibaka ain't never been a big man. He wanted to be a stretch 3 or stretch 4, whatever you play. So, that's just my opinion on it. I'm up on Casey. Griffin, I'm 50-50 on Becky Hammon. I just don't think this is the right situation with Time Gores running the show right now in the state of our personnel and our team. But let me know what y'all think about these topics, man. It's Motor City Sports Talk. Continue to share and subscribe and like and comment and all those good things so we can continue to move forward